So I'm Tricky, and this is the fifth video in a short series of clips that we've been sort of putting together to give some people some insight into our findings from working on a Windows Phone 7 application. The application that's been featured is the Logo Finder application that we've worked on with Cortexica, and it uses their visual search API. So in the previous videos we've sort of shown the demo and identified some of the early stages in terms of the design process, talking about the touch points and the sketches or wireframes. And then once we're at a stage where we're really happy with the various stages in the experience, the next thing for us really is to apply a design. And with this design, it was really important for us to sort of work to the Metro guidelines, but also to try and come up with something that was quite custom to show how creative you can be and how those guidelines can be sort of stretched, and to really create something quite unique that's not already done in terms of Windows Phone 7 application. And when we work at this stage, for us, the way that we work is in Photoshop, because that's an application that we're really comfortable with and we feel like we have the most creative freedom. We wouldn't jump straight into Blend. We'd work in Photoshop based on the sketches that we'd done at an earlier stage, and sort of comp up each screen. And the two resources that have been, like I said, completely invaluable to us at this stage, one would be the Metro guidelines to give us an overview of how Microsoft envisage Windows Phone 7 being used, and the experience that they'd like to create. But also there's some great Photoshop templates available as well, and they give you some really useful pieces of information when you're working on the design. So sort of hidden in the layers in the Photoshop documents, there's things like hit states and hit areas for buttons, so you get a real feel for how people will interact with the screens, and that was a really useful thing that we stumbled across, and I think that's a must-have download that you should get before sort of entering into a Windows Phone 7 project. So you can see here that we've really just moved on from the sort of 5 screens that were done in the wireframe stage and added some more fidelity and a nice sort of branded design to them. And this is just a bit more of a close-up showing the menu screen, the preview screen, and the search results screen. So once we've got to this stage and everyone's happy, the developer and the client have both signed off on the designs and we're all agreed to move forward, that's when we can actually get into Blend and start creating the visual assets and the XAML